Okay, so we're back to talk about the New York City Federal Courts now creating new safety protocols regarding, how they handle COVID and, starting up trials again and everything. So basically, what's going on here? They've created new little isolation booths and stuff for people to get while they're on trial to come to stand or whatever, as you see in this picture over here, uh, and how it depicts a thing here. I'm sorry. Uh, this guy here is basically testing the filtration system of the COVID. You would think he's doing something kind of bad and illegal, but that's just a test that they're doing so that they could show that the vapors will get caught up in the filtration system here. Um, Let me see what this next picture. They have now thermostats or thermometers or whatever that take your forehead temperature or whatever. I forgot to also show you on the desk over here. If you look really closely, which I can't really zoom in too much, they actually have a phone system now that amplifies people's voices because everybody's separated now. If you see, he's got a mic. If you look at the guy smoking on the lower corner of that desk, there's like a little thing with like a little microphone jack. That's allowing them to be able to be heard through the partition. Um, this is how the juries are going to be looking now. They're going to be spaced apart in order for them to avoid being right next to each other, which makes sense. And this is what, I guess, for jury duty purposes or waiting areas, how they're going to have people sitting so that they don't contract the COVID or anything like that.
Oh, that's crazy. So are they going to have like a drastic reduction on how many people
Yeah,
are getting
yeah.
called to?
See, the reason why they're doing this is because they want to be able to space everybody out, keep it safe, and they want to get the trials going because they feel as they delay, you have possible innocent people in jail that are not going to trial, and they're not only are they endangering themselves by being put in those positions, but they're there for no reason. They shouldn't even be in a situation. They should be home with their families if they're innocent, instead of being stuck in the jail system and not going through trial. It's just unnecessary extra pain for these people. Not saying that all of them are innocent. Those that aren't innocent, they're still their trials are being held up. Lawyer fees and other things are accumulating. Things that you know, all that COVID's been doing really has been putting a lot of, not all that has been doing, but in regards to a lot of systems, has been putting a lot of delays and putting financial strains on people, more stress on people. And, and since it's jail, they're, we've had discussions about this where they're not maintaining the jails correctly. So if a person's innocent and they're in an environment like that, not only do they have to watch their back from people, they have to watch their back from catching COVID. So, it's just a good sign that they're actually moving forward. I don't know if they could do much better than what they're doing, but I found that this article was pretty interesting, and that it's about time that they start doing this. On a little bit of a tangent, they're also doing on a little change of things or whatever. They're also been reopening the housing courts for evictions as well. So I'm not exactly sure because this is federal court. I'm not sure that if it's similar circumstances, like similar situations with what they're doing in the housing courts, but they've started reopening those too. So people are now going through their eviction process. So it sucks in a way that they're moving forward with some of this stuff, but for those people that need to get in and out of court, at least it benefits them in that sense. How
I
do you
guess they're
guys?
tired of lawyers with cat filters on them. I was watching one the other day that it was something for like I think an abuse case. It was a couple, and she was he was getting tried because he had beat her and all this other stuff, that she was abusive. He was abusive towards her, and he was on trial for it. Turned out that he was in the house with her. He had gotten back into the house with the woman, and the attorney, her attorney, was actually able to catch it and she was asking, she asked the judge because they had a police officer there as well. I guess it might have been a police officer. I wasn't too familiar with it, but like a police officer who had previously arrested him, and he was able to call somebody in to go to the house and everything, and she still had a restraining order against him, and he had gotten into her house and everything, I guess threatening her, but the lawyer was like, oh, I feel like she's being coerced in her testimony, probably because he's at the same home, and they got the cops over there and they arrested his ass, violation of his restraining order and all kinds of stuff. But like, those are the kind of things, I'm sure they're tired of hitting those hurdles with these virtual trials that they've been having so far. I'm sure that there's been a lot of hiccups where it's come to that stuff, but that's like seriously dangerous by itself. So I get it, it's a double-edged sword of them opening up these courts, and then all these people that are losing their homes, that they're probably, a lot of them are on the docket to be seen.
Yeah.
But if they can get some of these people that especially need to be put into jail as soon as possible, that's great, and get these innocent people out so that they can go home, that'd be great as well.
That whole forbearance thing is a crock of shit. Let me say it. It's like a lot of people, they it's nice enough that they prolong people's payments on things, but the fact that now they're reopening, they're not taking into account of anything, and Biden made a lot of promises that, I don't know, and they're not keeping a lot of their promises. So it's just I don't know. I'm lucky I have a family structure here that allows us to be able to work with each other, but not too many people have those options.
Well, it's going to be like that for like a lot of things, like PSE&G, they've been able to like give people leeway on paying their bills and stuff. But if you're backed up and you've been paying like your mortgage or deciding to pay other bills and you're behind on your PSE&G, don't get it twisted. The minute that PSE&G is ready, is allowed to turn your gas and electric off, they will. You've got an outstanding balance. I've always made sure that at least the gas and electric, everything like that's paid, because I know they don't give a shit. The minute that the government tells them that they can start turning off gas and electric for people, they will do it without a hesitance at all. And they're going to rehire the people that were turning it off, because I'm sure they're out of business. They're at home collecting, so they're going to get those people back and start turning off your gas and electric as soon as possible.
I heard somebody say that we're all living on a rock, and we're all paying for bills and everything. It's kind of like crazy to think that we're all living kind of on a rock trying to survive, and we're all charging each other all these exorbitant things instead of trying to like make it better for everybody else to make sure that we all could survive on this rock. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but yeah, I don't know. How do you feel?
I mean, just for me, it's more important. It's very important that the unemployment rate is still around 6%, and that is the declared unemployment rate. So at 6%, you're looking at massive unemployment still. Like, there are pre-pandemic levels that, I don't know, that were around, like, I believe 3%. So we're looking at doubling of the amount of people who are unemployed, who are looking for work still, who are still getting unemployment benefits, let alone the people who are not declared on this list at this point because they're not getting any unemployment benefits. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, the stuff is skewed. You don't know really the actual
very skewed
the exact figures. They're like, oh yeah, this, that. A lot of people, they're fed up and they don't want to have anything to do with anything. They're not reporting things. They're not doing certain things. So these numbers are all off. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people struggling right now, but we just got to be, like I said, community driven. We got to help each other when we can, and with family, friends, and everyone else. I know it's a lot of talk in a lot of cases because a lot of us aren't even in the position to help. But
yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, why can't we work like bees and work as like a colony for the whole benefit for the whole group, and
everybody.
She was like, yeah, but the bees are dying. We're killing the bees. I'm like, yeah. Well.